Alright guys, let's get some practice in on chapter 9. So what I've done is I've taken problem 9.8 excuse me, out of the text and pasted an image right here. Early corporation issued perpetual preferred stock with an annual dividend of 8%. The stock currently yields 7% and its par value is $100. So we have a couple questions that we need to answer. The first one is, what is the stock's value? The second one is, suppose interest rates rise and pull up preferred stock's yield to 9%. What is its new market value? All right, so these can be intimidating, but if you know how to handle them, they could be pretty easy. All right, so we have to remember, how do we value preferred stock? Well, we know that the price of preferred stock equals the dividend divided by the required return. All right, so let me make this a little bigger so we can actually read it. There we go. Now let's go even bigger. Okay. So with this formula here, we can do anything we need to with preferred stock. We can figure out the dividend of preferred stock if we know price and the required return. We could figure out the required return if we know price and dividend, or we could figure out the price if we know the dividend and the required return. All right, so with preferred stocks, we need to remember that the dividend is going to be a constant. All right, it's set by the contract of the preferred stock. So here we see that our dividend is going to be 8%. And just like we saw with bonds, the actual payment is calculated by taking the rate, so 8% dividend rate, times $100. So that tells us that our dividend is going to be $8. Now R is a little bit different with this problem. The stock is currently yielding 7%. This is actually our value for R. We're going to use that as the required return. So on the denominator, we're going to have $8 divided by 0.07. So to answer the first question, we just simply take $8 divided by 0.07, and that tells us that the preferred stock is valued at $114.29. All right, so that's not too bad. So now let's say that we have a different situation. Let's talk about B. All right, so B is saying that interest rates are going to pull the yield up to 9%. How is that going to impact the price of preferred stock? So the formula is the same, but what's going to change? Is our dividend going to change? No, dividend for preferred stock is always going to stay constant, so that's $8. Again, we calculated that $8 by taking 8% times the par value of 100. What's going to change is R. So instead of using 7% like we did for part A, we're actually going to use 0.09 or 9%. And what does that do to our price? Well, it should drop it. So $8 dividend divided by 9% yield gives us a price of $88.89 when we round up. All right, so you see that as R increases, the price decreases. All right, that one's not too bad. I'm going to record a couple other problems from this chapter as well, so keep an eye out for those videos. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.